I just turned 33, and rather than do a reflecting back and reflecting forward video, I just kind of want to talk about how I'm feeling, some thoughts that I'm having. 33 feels a little bit weird to me. I didn't expect it to, but honestly, it does. It feels a little bit strange. It feels a little bit lonely, a little bit, it's sort of like I have reached, hopefully, the 1/3 mark of my life. I'm going for 99, maybe 100. I'm optimistic there, but at least, like, even best case scenario, a third of my life is over. Um, and that's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling, and you can go back and watch other videos if you want. But I felt like I haven't accomplished, as much as I wanted to in this time. Admittedly, there were some different factors at play. Nobody's life goes exactly how they think it will, but I'm not where I thought I would be. And, I found myself feeling a little bit of a void in some areas that I hadn't really been feeling. Like I've not for a while really felt like that void of, oh, I don't have like a life partner. I don't have, a girlfriend, a wife, anything like that. And I found myself kind of feeling that a little bit. And I jumped back into some online dating, and I remembered why I gave up on it, because it can be a very discouraging thing. I try and send a personalized message, look over everybody's profile, all that kind of stuff. Like I try and do it in sort of like the way you're supposed to do it to supposedly get more responses. It's very rare that I'll get a response, so I'm going to give it, a good solid try of like a month, like every day. Because, a lot of these apps, if you don't pay, you get a certain number of people that you can, send a message to every day. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. And we're going to see how it goes. I might make a video on it, I might not, but kind of something interesting. But yeah, so I was feeling that kind of a little bit of that pang of like, man, I really want like my person. I miss, the idea of having my person, even though most of the time I'm pretty comfortable alone, living alone. I've got my dog. I've got pretty good life. Like I can't complain by any means. But there is like that, man, I do want that one little piece. So that's something I've been thinking about unexpectedly this week. I've also really been reflecting on like that my life is my life. Nobody else can live my life for me. Nobody else should tell me how to live my life. Like ultimately, I'm the one responsible if I succeed, if I fail, if I have an experience, if I don't have an experience. Ultimately, like it's down to me, the efforts that I put in, what I choose to do. Even like going back to that, oh, I'm feeling kind of lonely. I'm wishing that I had, a life partner. It's like, okay, well, I can sit here feeling sad, or I can do a number of things, which I intend to do all of. I can get out a little bit more. I can be a little bit more social in my life. I can, go out, there's a little big West Coast swing community here. I can go West Coast swing. I can go, find other social activities. I can go make some movies. I can go, shoot some photos. I can do a lot of different things. I can go on vacation. I can do all kinds of things to, solve that. I can get on these dating apps. I can give it the old college try, put out effort, what I put out into the universe. Something's probably going to come back. But if I just sit and make no effort, that's on me. It's not on God if you believe in God. It's not on the government. It's not on my friends. It's on me. It's completely on me to find solutions for things, to create the life that I want to create. Are there other people? Are there other factors? Are there life circumstances? Absolutely. But it's up to me to create opportunities. And so that's something I'm really doing. I'm getting out. I'm doing a lot more like business networking events, trying to get myself in front of people, trying to build that business back up. And I'm going to be doing the same thing socially, build more friendships, build more of a life for myself. And so that's another thing that I've really been thinking about, is like it's on me to create the life that I want to with the time that I have, however long that is. If it is 66 more years, if it is 2 more years, if it's 1 month, if it's 30 years, who knows? But that's on me. And even how I approach YouTube, how I approach this channel, that's on me. And I've been thinking about that a lot, because I get, not not ridiculous because I'm not getting, ridiculous views, but I do get a fair amount of hate, of criticism, of people telling me I'm going to go to hell, people telling me I'm an apostate, people telling me that I must believe in God, people telling me that I never was a real Christian. I get all the criticism, and, I get to choose how I react to that shit. I get to choose if I even react to that shit. And I always have the best of intentions not to react to it, but sometimes I do. And sometimes I have, negative conversations, negative experiences with folks. And it's like, maybe I just need to let them think what they think, because they don't live in my body. They don't live in my mind. They don't live in my spirit. It's me. I get to choose this. And so I think that I'm really going to try and approach my channel in that way. So you guys feel free to leave all your comments about how I'm an apostate, how I'm going to burn in hell, how God is going to curse me. All the things that you want to do, go for it. Misinterpret what I say intentionally. That's cool. Because I'm really going to try not to respond to it, because it's not worth my time. It's not worth, the minutes of my life that I'm giving to you when you don't give a fuck about me. So, like, why? I'll just let you type your comments and troll and hate all you want and boost up my video in the algorithm, and I can just ignore it. I've also been really thinking about how I have to let go of being liked, especially like on this YouTube channel, on my TikTok channel where I talk about Ukraine, and not try and cater to what everybody wants. Especially as I grow, everybody's going to want a piece of things. Everybody's going to have an opinion on what I do, what I don't do. And obviously, like, I want to listen to my audience. If I'm doing something that's really irritating the fuck out of you, then of course I kind of want to be able to reel that back in and maybe make some pivots and adjustments, which is why, I've made some polls asking, do you prefer a lot of B-roll? Do you not? Things like that. That can be helpful. But I really realized, particularly on my TikTok channel, it's got over 10,000 followers, not huge for TikTok, but still a lot more people than I've got here. And everybody wants a little something. Everybody wants me to make a video about this, or doesn't like the way I made a video about that, or, all these different things. And it was starting to affect my mental health. And I basically had to be like, fuck it. I'm going to make videos how I want to make them. If people get mad, well, they get mad. I can't do a damn thing about it. And I'm not going to waste all my time trying to make every single person happy or not happy with, do I use this word? Do I not use this word? Do I say this in the exact right way? Like, it's too much. And same thing here. I'm not going to make everybody happy. Certainly, I'm not going to make the Christian crowd happy. I'm not going to be able to convince Christians that I once was a Christian truly and genuinely. I'm not going to be able to please people who think that I should have a bit of a different worldview, that I should believe in gods, or I should believe in, this form of atheism, or, whatever. I'm letting that go. 33, letting that go. I don't have enough of my life left to try and please everybody. I can take general notes if I see a trend of comments, but I'm not going to try and appease everybody, appease the people who don't like me. If you like me, fantastic. If you don't, fantastic. But yeah, so those are really big things that I'm thinking about. I've also been thinking about emotion. On March 4th, I had the opportunity to speak about filmmaking and Ukraine and how I've used filmmaking in Ukraine in front of a class of high schoolers. And I didn't expect to get emotional during that, but I did. I got way more emotional than, when I was making the video talking about like the first days of the invasion that I posted here. But like I got like really emotional. Like I felt like I was starting to cry. Like I had to like stop because I couldn't talk for a minute. My voice was cracking, and it's like, okay, Brian, like hold it together. I couldn't really hold it that well together as I was relaying stories of the first days of the full-scale invasion in front of a class of high schoolers. And, at first, I felt a little bit bad, a little bit ashamed about it. And then I got thinking about it, and I'm like, well, hell yeah, that's amazing. I am a compassionate person. I'm able to express that. A lot of men are not able to express that. A lot of men are so uncomfortable with their emotions that they literally are able to shove it down in a way that I can't shove it down anymore. Like, that dam has been breached. And that was something that's kind of happened a few times over this last year, especially as I've had different moments when I have really felt like crying, have cried, like really let it all out, cried for like 30 freaking minutes kind of thing. That's not what happened here. But it's like, okay, I've been able to break the dam, been able to feel my emotions, been able to have some of that deep growth, and that is amazing. And so I'm really thankful for that. I'm thankful that at 33, I've been able to break through some of this stuff in a way that some men, never do, even into their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Some never do. Some never are able to break through those emotional barriers that we've been taught to put up as kids and teens, as men. So that was amazing. And I'm very, very thankful for that, because I don't want the only emotion that I'm able to express to be anger, because that's what a lot of men unfortunately can do. And I think that's setting me up for continuing to be healthy, continuing to live a more emotionally healthy life. And, I've also been, as I've discussed in other videos, kind of cutting off or distancing myself from certain people, from certain communities, and it's been fantastic. So that's really kind of my thoughts around 33. Some good, some bad, some, interesting stuff. But if you watched up to this point, I appreciate you so much. Even if you don't like me, even if you don't agree with me, I appreciate you watching. And going forward, I'm really going to try not to get into it with you guys, because the fact that you're watching, I appreciate that, even if you fundamentally disagree with me and think that I'm going to hell. Have a good one.